Right, ladies and gentlemen, I see that it's 10 o'clock. So we'll just allow participants to be logging in, but we will just commence just so that everybody is on time and basically kept in the time that they have. Right now, as we continue, ladies and gentlemen, I'd just like to reintroduce myself to the new arrivals. I am Zipon Zama, the Solution Specialist of Geotab Africa, and your host for today. And I'd like to welcome everybody to the Geotab Africa Training Webinar Series. Now, we appreciate everybody that has taken the time to register and attend our training focus webinar this morning. The premise of our webinar series is to basically focus on Geotab's 6 pillars of innovation. And today our focus is set on the sustainability pillar. We'll be taking a look at all the functions surrounding sustainability, like CO2 emissions and going green, just to name a few things, all jam-packed into our webinar this morning. So please sit back, relax, while we share some information that might pique interest in you. Now, some quick housekeeping notes for all the participants. Number one, kindly note that this webinar will be recorded and made available on our YouTube channel. So kindly subscribe to our Geotab Africa YouTube channel to find all parts of these webinars that we post from time to time. Alternatively, this webinar will be available for download upon request. Number two, if at any point you have any questions, please type them in the Q&A section at the bottom of the webinar screen. We will be attending or addressing these questions in the Q&A portion at the end of the webinar. And lastly, kindly complete our training webinar survey following our session today. The survey will pop up automatically on your browser once the session has ended. And now, without further delay, I would like to introduce Mohammed Ali Mayet, the export support of Geotab Africa, and he will guide us through today's morning session. Thank you, Mohammed.
Thank you, Zippo. Morning, everyone. Hope everyone is well and safe. Today, I will be discussing one of the pillars, that is sustainability. With Geotab, we have 6 pillars, and today's topic is sustainability. The agenda today: how to increase fuel efficiency with fuel usage reports, reducing vehicle idling with idling reports, how to coach drivers on best practices using the Driver Safety Scorecard reports, track CO2 emissions with the CO2 Emissions Report, proactive manage vehicle repairs with Vehicle Maintenance Report, and lastly, electrify your fleet. Take the Electric Vehicle Suitability Assessment Report. Fuel, it's the largest operating expense for fleets. It impacts your bottom line greatly, and it impacts the atmosphere as carbon emissions. This is why managing fuel consumption is a key goal of many, perhaps most, fleet managers. Geotab offers industry-leading metrics and reports to improve fleet's fuel economy. The fuel efficiency reports use fuel consumption data to make comparisons between drivers or vehicles in order to target improvement areas. Furthermore, side-by-side fuel data allows fleet managers to monitor any driving behavior that is linked to increased fuel costs. Our fuel management solution is key to reducing emissions. Idling report. Reducing idling. At a quick glance, you will be able to see which drivers have spent the most or least time idling, and how much time of the entire day this consumed. The objective is to keep idling time as low as possible and to promote green driving. A lower idling time percentage helps organizations save on fuel costs and follows best practices to keep daily idling percentage to less than 10%. You will be able to monitor driver behavior and take corrective action when necessary.
All right, so Mohammed, I just have a quick question for you in terms of the idling reporting. It's more of a scenario rather. Now, I'd like to just have a situation whereby, let's say I'd like to be notified when a vehicle is idling over 20 minutes immediately. Now, yes, it's great to have the reporting and all, but would I be able to immediately get notified as soon as the infringement happens with my driver? Is this possible?
Hi, Zibo. Yes, so you've got your idling report, and you can set up thresholds that if a vehicle exceeds those specific thresholds, apart from the data just going into report, you would like to be immediately notified. So in the MyGeotab exception rules, you can set up that if that vehicle or the driver exceeds idling over 20 minutes, immediately the fleet manager can receive an email that he has exceeded the idling, thus assisting to contact the driver immediately.
Fantastic. Thank you for that.
Thank you. Driver Safety Scorecard. Your employees are your company's greatest asset. Understand how drivers are doing and where coaching is needed with Geotab driver safety reporting. Safety dashboard reports provide a quick overview of your fleet's riskiest drivers and overall safety score. Report on key fleet metrics such as speeding, harsh braking, and seatbelt use, and more. The Driver Safety Scorecard Report. If you are looking for a global view of fleet drivers' habits on the road, this is the report for you. The Driver Safety Scorecard Report is a proactive fleet management tool that lets you monitor risky driving behaviors across your fleet. The report monitors 3 specific areas: speeding, seatbelt use, and aggressive driving. The default setting for report measures hard acceleration, harsh braking, harsh cornering, and excessive speed. The scorecard is a flexible tool that allows you to customize the rule weights and the risk classification. For example, the default weight of seatbelt use is 20%, but you could increase it to 30%. That is more important focus for your area. The ability to adapt the report is also useful when you achieve progress in one area. Example, seatbelt, and want to switch your focus to another metric such as speeding. Whether you want to enforce safety policy, help minimize risk, or lower maintenance costs, the benefits of using this report are numerous.
Right, Mohammed, I just think I have a 2-part question here. Fantastic points that you've actually pointed out to us. Now, the first one is, I can see that this report is very great, but is there an option to modify this driver safety scorecard to monitor unauthorized stops?
The report is created in Excel, Microsoft Excel, and yes, with creating an exception for unauthorized stops, that data can be added to this report through formulas, and then you can automatically get it. So yes to your question.
Fantastic, fantastic. And to the second part of my question, now I see it as an Excel spreadsheet that's over there, but I don't currently see it on MyGeotab. So is it an easy report to maybe get?
Yes, with MyGeotab, we have an easy interface to import Excel reports with formulas. And once those reports are imported, for next time running the reports, you easily can just generate the reports without recreating those formulas. If you would like this report, just email us support and we will send this report to you.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you. Green Fleet Dashboard. The Green Fleet Dashboard is a free marketplace add-in that provides fleet managers with an easy-to-use tool to monitor their efforts in improving fuel economy and reducing emissions. The dashboard provides weekly and monthly metrics on fuel use, emissions, and driver behavior, providing insight to the fleet's environmental performance and flagging opportunities for improvement. Features and benefits. Monitor your fleet's monthly and yearly average fuel economy, tracking monthly and yearly emissions, track key performance indicators related to fuel efficiency, driver behavior, including idling time, speed, and harsh driving, highlighting best and worst performers. Compare your fleet performance with the fleet industry benchmarks. With these dashboards, it's used to monitor fleet efforts in improving the fuel economy and reducing the emissions. The dashboard provides key metrics on fuel use and on driver behavior, providing quick insight into how well your fleet is performing and flagging opportunities for improvement. The CO2 Emissions Report. This report too is available on the marketplace and uses engine-based fuel economy data in order to calculate estimate amount of CO2 emissions as a result of fleet activity. An especially useful report for companies who are looking to reduce their carbon footprint and contribute to the goal of a healthier environment. All relative units of measure are supported within a single report template. Features and benefits. The CO2 emission values are easy to read in chart or graphical format. Promote your green fleet and operation. Applicable to all units of measure. This report is used and designed for vehicles, either petrol or diesel. By default, the report is calculated based on petrol. However, these can be easily modified for diesel vehicles. Tire pressure monitoring systems. Integrate a tire pressure monitoring system that reports via MyGeotab into your fleet. These vehicle sensors will report to ensure your vehicle's tires are at the optimum pressure at all times or include tire pressures on pre-start checklists. Monitoring tire pressures will help you manage fuel expenditure across the fleet. MyGeotab offers extremely customizable exception reports. Any threshold can be set for dangerous tire pressure or temperature. If a tire goes below or above these thresholds, a warning can be sent to a fleet manager or driver. The sensor is fitted on a rim inside a tire. This ensures that the sensor will not be stolen or knocked off. Fleet maintenance tools. Manage Vehicle quickly identifies issues and prioritize vehicle repairs with active diagnostic faults and critically assist with engine data that is available through Geotab's fleet maintenance software. Save time and reduce costs by focusing on predictive engine health. Users can easily prioritize the repairs for their vehicles based on active diagnostic faults using the in-depth engine health information. By focusing on proactive vehicle maintenance, fleets can save on costly vehicle repairs by detecting issues early and preventing them from developing into large problems. Schedule maintenance reminders for oil changes, tire rotations, and other automotive services. Optimize your fleet and quickly identify core problem areas and reduce your maintenance costs by focusing on predictive engine health. When vehicle deliveries are delayed, preventive maintenance is critical to extend the health and life cycle of existing fleet vehicles. With current vehicles being kept in service for longer periods or kept in prime condition to be repurposed for other business opportunities, increasing communication around maintenance should remain a top priority. Through scaling back your preventative maintenance efforts may seem like a good idea to temporarily cut costs. It could also have costly consequences. Skipping vehicle checks could lead to smaller problems growing into bigger ones. For example, extending oil changes beyond their scheduled dates means fewer courtesy checks, which can result in a higher risk of undetected brake wear and tear. Low fuel levels for oil, transmissions, and brakes, incorrect tire pressures, or lack of tire rotation. Short-term cuts like these can cost your business more on the later. So following manufacturer OEM or fleet management recommended preventative maintenance schedules is more essential than ever. Electronic Vehicle Suitability Assessment, or also known as EVSA. With the emphasis on fleets to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, an increased number of fleet managers are compelled to inquire about the viability of adding electric vehicles to their fleet. What you might be looking for is an Electrical Vehicle Suitability Assessment report. A few questions that fleet managers may be asking include: which electric vehicle models are available in your local market? Are they able to perform the job requirements? Is switching to EV viable from an operational and financial perspective? Which of my current fleet vehicles are good candidates to be replaced by EVs? What kind of charging infrastructure is required to support my electrification plan? And what would be the greenhouse gas reduction be? An Electric Vehicle Suitability Assessment Report is a tool that helps the fleet manager answer all of the above questions that I've gone through, and it will assist them in creating a blueprint for electrification. The EVSA report delivers the data analysis needed to make the case to transition your fleet to electric in a way that makes sense for the organization budget and time frame. The assessment also arranges from manual calculations and estimations in a spreadsheet to using an automated tool that simplifies data input all the way to commissioning consultants to plan tailored to the needs of your organization. I will be playing a short video on Electric Vehicle Suitability Assessment.
Go further, go faster, go electric. The landscape of fleet management is changing. Business demands are increasing. Fuel costs are rising. And emissions regulations are tightening, making fleet management more challenging for you. Geotab's Electric Vehicle Suitability Assessment can help you navigate through these changes with EV options that are right for your business. Our free Electric Vehicle Suitability Assessment can help you go electric with confidence. We analyze your fleet's data and provide electric vehicle options that suit your needs, only recommending vehicles that can do the job and meet your drive cycle requirements. You'll also receive a detailed report of cost savings over the lifetime of the vehicle, range assurance analysis, and projected reductions in CO2 emissions and fuel consumption. In short, you'll get a clear picture of what the right type of electric vehicle can do for your operations. Let Geotab give you the peace of mind to switch to electric with confidence. Download our free Electric Vehicle Suitability Assessment from Marketplace today.
This report can be easily downloaded from the Marketplace. It's a free install. From MyGeotab, you go to Marketplace and you can download this report.
Fantastic, Mr. Mohammed. So I just have a question for you regarding the points that you made on this EVSA. So this is a great add-on that you said we can get on MyGeotab. However, can you advise, maybe given the climate that we are in Africa, on the development in terms of EVs?
Yes, Zippo. The sales team have done some case studies where we have current existing clients in SA that some large courier companies that are actually looking at options of upgrading their fleet to EV. So we're in the process of where we have some large companies going and looking at how viable it is to go to EV. And also, as you drive around and you look around, there are actually EV power stations being deployed. So this is the right time where Geotab can assist you in the part of EV.
100%, excellent. And wow, that basically wraps up the presentation from the side of Mohammed. And ladies and gentlemen, with the slow phasing out of fossil fuels and the rise of electric vehicles, it's good to note that Geotab is already ahead of the curve in terms of ensuring all fleet requirements needs are met. Companies are now having mixed fleets in and around Africa, with most unsure of which players in the market can tend to their fleet requirement needs. And without a doubt, I'm here to reassure you all that Geotab is the solution. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, a quick rehash of the housekeeping notes. Number one, kindly note that this webinar will be recorded and will be made available on our YouTube channel. So kindly please subscribe to our Geotab Africa YouTube channel to find all parts of these webinar series that we post from time to time. Alternatively, this webinar will be available for download upon request. Number two, if at any point of this presentation you had any questions that you wanted to table, please type them in the Q&A section at the bottom of the webinar screen. We will be addressing these questions shortly. And lastly, kindly complete our training webinar survey following our session today. The survey will automatically pop up on your browser once the session has ended, so please kindly rate our services there. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now be moving into the Q&A portion of the webinar just to tackle any questions that may have been tabled to us. So let us quickly take a look at what we have. And I see that we actually don't have any questions. So I would like to give the opportunity to any of the participants that are here that maybe wish to arrange any meetings or with our qualified staff, or to ask any more questions that they want to ask more directly, to jot down these details that you see before you on the thank you slide over here. And to finally wrap up, we would love to thank each and every single one that has attended our webinar today. Your time is appreciated and your feedback is vitally important to us. A big thank you to Mohammed for guiding us today with this beautiful presentation. And from the Geotab family, we'd like to say stay safe, and until next time, thank you and goodbye.
Thank you. Goodbye.